I just feel like I would just personally like maybe a good mixture. You do like half and half. I mean, I personally thought the original Avengers team needed more chicks on the team. So
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last two-man podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for 24 episodes. I really appreciate it. We had a good run. We were really going well. God damn it. God.
trying to be serious, man. All right, everybody, welcome to the two-man podcast. We got a lovely episode for you guys. Episode Robbie Cano as in 24, and I can't wait for it. We got a jam-packed schedule. Tyler, what do you think?
I let you do the opening, and for episode number 24, you decide Robbie Cano is the one number you're going to think of.
Why? What's wrong with that?
I mean,
Who else is number 24 that we know?
there's so many other 24s I could think of. One being
Seriously?
Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
Yeah, you have Kobe. You have also Ken Griffey Jr. I think our friend Billy Huber even wore 24 for a while. There's a few guys that were put as
Billy.
24 before we get to Robbie Cano. He would probably be fourth or fifth on that list of people I would have picked. But Carl, these are just
That's
auditions for you
crazy.
still.
Yeah, you're right. Happy Billy Huber episode and happy Kobe episode. We got a jam-packed schedule for you guys. Tyler, how about you kick us off
Yeah, sounds
with our
good. So,
first topic?
of course. So, we know we're a little late being a bi-weekly podcast, but I feel like, being the huge sports fans, we are. It'd be remiss if we didn't talk a little bit about that crazy Super Bowl. So obviously, if you haven't seen the result of the Super Bowl, you live under a rock because that happened 2 weeks ago. And the, Chiefs were victorious in overtime, 25-22. And really just
Great
a crazy
dude.
game.
Great game.
Yeah. Carl, what were your thoughts? And especially now that we've had some weeks to digest, how do you feel?
Yeah, I thought the Super Bowl was awesome. I was really kind of pissed the first half. I was like, dude, this stinks. Like, there's
Hmm.
no action. I thought it was going to be a very offensive heavy game, and it really turned out to be a very defensive heavy game the first half.
Yeah.
Up until probably like midway through the third quarter where it really started picking up the
Hmm.
offense. And then, just a couple of crazy plays by the 49ers that kind of just sold them.
Yeah.
Missed field goal opportunity and a muffed punt really just kind of solidified them just really losing that game. They had all the opportunities to win that game, and
Hmm.
kind of it was just like it was meant to be. The Chiefs were gonna win.
Hmm.
I had a heavy bet on the Chiefs. By heavy
Hmm.
bet, I mean like, probably only like $50, but
Heavy,
it
heavy
still won
bet
me
for
like
us poor
$200.
kids. Yeah.
Yes, us poor kids out there. But yeah, no, I was really happy. I kind of had the Chiefs winning. I think we also talked about it the week prior that we thought the Chiefs were going to win that, even though the 49ers we thought were the better team on paper.
Hmm.
It was just something about this team right now. They just kind of had the energy, they had the momentum, and Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes. He just
Hmm.
found a way to win.
Yeah.
The defense played lights out.
Yeah.
Stone Cold Chris Jones killed it.
Yeah.
And on the defensive end, Travis Kelce, he didn't score a touchdown, but he had like, I think it was like 9 catches for like 93 yards or
Yeah.
something. He was a big asset in the game.
Hmm.
And Mahomes just, he just did his thing. He just led them to victory. Also, I just thought it was crazy too that, I mean, which we'll touch upon, how the Niners didn't know the overtime rules. I
Yeah.
think that's such a crazy concept to that whole game that just everybody was talking about, and just shows that the Chiefs were way more prepared
Yeah.
than the 49ers were because they've been there before.
Hmm.
So crazy. I mean, what was your thoughts? Were you happy? Were you sad? I know your mom was a big 49ers fan, so I'm sure she was really upset.
Yeah, I was definitely yeah, she was upset after the game a little bit cuz I mean, that was a 49ers game to lose. It was really deja vu of when they played 4 years ago. They have a 10-point lead on them again, but a lot of things you touched on is why you can just never count the Chiefs out. They've been there before. They've been in these playoff games, they've been in these Super Bowls. They have the staff, they have the players who have really lived through it all and know what it's like to be down and what it takes to come back, deal through the adversity and stuff. And that's really just been their whole season in a nutshell is being the underdogs. The media kind of saying they're not the same old Chiefs, even though they proved that again in this game. And they had all the momentum going in, and kind of like you said, I won't call it luck for the Chiefs, but it's just funny how things work out in their favor.
Yeah,
Like obviously, like that missed extra punt or blocked extra punt. It takes talent, obviously, to block, but what's the odds from it being a 4 point game? You blocked that, now it's only a 3 point game. And of course, you kicked a field
yeah,
goal that
crazy.
send it to overtime because, you hit that extra point. Who knows if the game plays out the same, but then the Chiefs have to go for a touchdown at the end instead of a field goal. And then maybe there is no
Exactly.
overtime, because I don't think the score would ever keep working if they keep, going back and forth. And then just like the muff punt, like it goes off the back of the guy's leg, and then the punt returner tries to pick it up, and he can't, grab it. So it's just like,
Yeah.
again, not luck, because there's talent, and the Chiefs were ready for that moment. You could hear it. Every player was talking about it. Not that the 49ers weren't prepared, and I know we talked about it a little bit last week how everyone, just the media, loves making fun of Brock Purdy, saying he's a
They love it,
game
dude.
game
They
manager
love
and
it.
all that stuff. But I mean, he played well. I mean, the 49ers played well too. They just had more mistakes than the other
Yeah.
team, and it simply came down to that. There was no mistakes from Purdy. I know McCaffrey had his fumble, but really the 49ers played a great game too. They just obviously crumbled at the end and fell trapped to the magic of Pat Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean to go back onto your point with Brock Purdy, I think I personally watching ESPN, podcasts that we listen to, just even the radio WFAN that I listen to, all the people who like were hating on Brock Purdy before the game,
Mm-hmm.
came out and said deservedly so that he's no longer a game manager. Like
Yeah.
he was a good quarterback. He showed it. He played very well. It just what happened in that game, it just wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I mean, the end of that game, they didn't know that if they went down the field and scored a touchdown, that they were going to
Yeah.
win that game. They didn't know
Mm-hmm.
that Mahomes had another chance because we were all sitting there watching the game because not
Mm-hmm.
even us knew the score, and
Yeah.
it was like 10 seconds left and they're not calling a timeout. We're literally like screaming at the
Yeah.
TV to
Yeah.
call a timeout.
Yeah.
But in the rules are is that no, it doesn't matter if the time runs out, it just the time restarts again like
With
nothing
you
ever
and that, yeah,
happened.
it's
So
like
time is
the first quarter going into the second quarter. It's really just the
exactly
same thing.
time is just irrelevant at that point. They should have just done it like how college, how basically they just get a possession and the only thing clicking is um the game clock. That should have been the only thing.
Yeah, they talked about
But
that. They
I don't
talked
know.
about
It's
that a little
weird.
bit on New Heights, like how they kind of had the game clock going. I think it's just because that's how it is. I think they didn't really
Yeah.
think about that ahead of time. But I mean, yeah, because this is the first time the new playoff overtime rules really came into play. And yeah, I think everyone was confused, but definitely the fans have a right to be confused because we obviously don't have to live it. But I mean, we'll touch on it a little bit now, and I'm glad we've kind of had some time to sit here and digest on it. But I remember my first
100%.
reaction was when it came out that the 49ers really didn't know the overtime rules. They were
Yeah.
confused, why they elected to take the kick. The Chiefs obviously said they were going to defer, all that stuff. I didn't think it was a big deal at first, honestly, because when I heard,
Yeah, me neither.
yeah, when you get the ball, I'm just like, well, you have to get a stop either way. You have to somehow stop Pat Mahomes from getting the touchdown, because even if you got that ball first, and score a touchdown, you have to stop him. Even if he got the ball first, you have to stop him from getting a touchdown. It came simple as that when I thought about it. But obviously, the more and more, watching the different sports outlets and hearing everyone talk about it, yeah, you really, for Pat Mahomes to even have 3 downs is ridiculous. To give him that extra
Yeah.
down, it really proved costly, especially in that game too. And looking hindsight's always 2020, but that was a poor move on the 49ers part.
Yeah, on a couple of plays too. He went on fourth down. He
Yeah.
got a couple of fourth down conversions. He was
Hmm.
doing it all game long.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think either way, the Chiefs they were just pulling that one out.
Yeah.
They just showed it to everybody.
Exactly. And even
They
the
were
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, literally. And even if they deferred, I mean, this is after the game. Pat Mahomes could have been full of shit, but he did say if
Yeah,
they tied the game with a touchdown, they would have went for two to try and win in overtime. He might just be saying that because he was
interesting.
probably still drunk
Yeah,
from the party in Vegas. But
yeah,
Listen, I think it was a poor move, and especially just the players didn't have to say anything, but the 49ers like saying like, "Oh, like I was on the bench, like learning the rules as is," like, and then they were trying to double back and say like, "Oh, that's not what I meant," but then them being mic'd up on the field came out, and
Yeah,
then
they can't. That mic'd up really fucked them up.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it just made a worse look, and then just like mic'd up clips coming out after, like when McCaffrey fumbled and George Kittle saying hi to Karlaftis, and the fumbles behind Kittle, and Karlaftis jumps on it instead of Kittle because Kittle's trying to say hi. Like it just the 49ers didn't take it as seriously. I think that game almost.
No, they were just really enjoying the moment, but the Chiefs were there, and I'm happy for them. I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah,
cool to see. I think it's really cool. I mean, a lot of people are hating on the Chiefs right now. They're the villains in the NFL,
yeah.
and I'm just super happy for them. I think it's really cool as an NFL fan to see another
Oh yeah.
dynasty, to see two guys and like two players and a coach,
Hmm.
as in Travis Kelsey, Mahomes, and then Andy Reid, just on
Yeah.
top of their game, and just to see how amazing they are being. And if we can see them win more, that would be even cool. Like
Oh
to
yeah.
say, like in our lifetime, that we saw Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes play,
No,
like
of
two
course.
generational talents,
Yeah.
would be absolutely awesome. Another really cool, or not like a cool thing, but a take that I saw from one of these I think it was ESPN, or I think it was no, it was on a Barstool. I
Hmm.
think it was part of my take. They were one of the guys was talking about how they would like to see Mahomes win a championship without Andy Reid and Travis Kelsey,
Hmm.
and to identify if he is the GOAT. And I just thought that was the dumbest like take ever. They're like, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna call him the GOAT until he wins without them. But I was like, dude, that is the dumbest thing, because Mahomes Brady was already considered the GOAT
Hmm.
before he won a championship in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Like he was already considered it,
Oh yeah.
because he was at Belichick. He had a great coach. He had Gronk. He had Randy Moss. He had great players around him.
Yeah.
He had a great system in place. And
Hmm.
then like just to say that Mahomes can't be on that level, like because he has Andy Reid and Travis
Hmm.
Kelsey
Yeah.
on his side, I thought that was the dumbest take that I've ever heard. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? Like, do you agree? Do you think it's a dumb take, or do you agree with the guy saying you would like to see him win without it and to be the GOAT?
Yeah, I never liked takes like that to begin with, like the old like, oh, you're only winning because you have Andy Reid, you're only winning because you have Travis Kelsey. It's like, yes, but you have those guys, and you're,
Yeah,
bringing their game to the next level, and you guys are working well together because there's been, teams who have those top players and they haven't won. So, I always hated when I always remember like growing up, like Lundqvist. I know I'm wearing his jersey, so it kind of reminded me. But
let's
they will
go.
always say like, "Oh, the Rangers only won because of Lundqvist." It's like, yes, because he's on the Rangers. Like I never understood that argument. Like they only won because of him. If they're only winning because of him, is because he has the talent to do so. I
Yeah,
so
he's on a
that
team. He's a Ranger. Yeah,
yeah, so like
I
that
hate
thing
that.
with like, oh, he has to win with like Andy Reid. Like Andy Reid is his coach. Mahomes will still be Mahomes even without Andy Reid. And maybe he'll have an adjustment period without Travis Kelsey, but I mean,
Yeah,
look what happened after Tyreek Hill left. He has, a lot of no name, just mid level guys as receivers, outside of Kelsey, and he made them all really good. And they might have been good without him, but they're definitely really good with him. You know,
they're 2-0 without Tyreek Hill.
yeah,
So
exactly. I think they're undefeated in the playoffs. I think they're 7-0 in the playoffs. Yeah, 2-0 in Super Bowls.
yeah,
Like, you lose talent like
yeah,
that, and like, look, I mean, he's still and Tyreek still puts up great numbers with Tua, but they're not gonna, really advance far in the playoffs because
yeah.
as of right now, the Dolphins and Tua don't have that next level. So yeah, I think that's a poor take, but that kind of thing makes me think. Obviously, the big question now with the trajectory that Mahomes is on is: do you think he will pass Brady for most Super
Um,
Bowls?
I, I think so. Even if he doesn't even pass Brady for most Super Bowls, I think say if he wins one or maybe two more Super Bowls, even if he doesn't come to that seven mark, I
Hmm.
think he could still be considered the GOAT.
Oh yeah.
in the aspect to where he is not only like one of the greatest competitors
Mhm.
to play football at the quarterback position, but then he also is just by far probably one of the most talented and skilled players
Yeah.
at the quarterback position.
Mhm.
So I think even if that like happens, I would say right now he's not there yet. I mean, is
Mhm.
he coming close?
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think that all said and done, I don't think he has to meet every single criteria that Tom
Mhm.
Brady put out ahead of him. I think that's just asking too much. It's like the whole like MJ and LeBron debate.
Mhm.
Do you have to like match this or that? I mean, I always will say that MJ is the GOAT no matter
Mhm.
what. Thought he was kind of like Brady and Mahomes in the aspect where he was the most talented person on the court at all times, but he
Yeah.
was also the most competitive guy on the
Mhm.
court at all
No, of
times.
course.
So yeah, so I would say that I think yes, I think Mahomes will get there.
Mhm.
When? I don't know. He could
Yeah.
be something crazy could happen. Knock on wood, he could get injured and whatever. We couldn't be even talking about this, but
Yeah.
wouldn't hope that upon anybody.
No, of
But
course.
let's go Chiefs, baby. They won us some money. I think you put a bet on too, right?
Yeah, because I just to see the Chiefs as an underdog, it made me re-download the app because that's free money in my eyes. Honestly, I couldn't see them
Oh
losing
yeah.
that game. I kind of I would have to disagree though. Or I like your point about the not comparing the trophies because I don't think Mahomes will pass Brady. Maybe he'll tie him because 8 is a
Yeah,
lot.
8 is a
I think
lot.
his best chance to top him was if he beat him when it was Buccaneers Chiefs, because right now it would be 6-3, no 4-6. So now you're looking a lot, like you can pass 6, but to pass 7 and he beat you once, like that's tough, And
Yeah,
the
I
game's
agree with
always
that. Yeah.
evolving too, So like I think Pat Mahomes already has more talent than Tom Brady, but that's not me saying he's a better player or more of a goat, because like Tom Brady was just great with the Patriots. He had a lot of talent, don't get me wrong. He could read
Yeah.
defenses, he had a great arm, all this stuff, but he never Pat Mahomes and him were just two different players almost. So we'll just
Yeah,
really
the
have
the
to wait
goat
and see and just enjoy it.
Yeah, the GOAT debate is really just a crazy thing, and I mean, obviously, it's always so fun to talk about who the GOAT
Yeah,
is and anything,
yeah.
but it's so hard to talk about because like Brady again, he was so like yeah, obviously he had a good arm, he had good
Hmm.
technique, but he was really good because he worked hard, he was like talented, he was a smart football player,
Yeah.
right? Like he knew how to play the game. Like I know Mahomes said that his whole first rookie season, his MVP season that he had, he didn't even know how to read a defense. Like he basically won everything
Hmm.
just off of raw talent. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even know how to play the game of football.
Hmm.
So it it's very difficult because when you're comparing people, it's hard to compare two different levels of greatness.
Hmm. No, of
But I
course.
still love the GOAT debate, and
Yeah.
I think we will continue to have this conversation for years and years and years and years
Yeah,
and
we'll
years
have
and
this
years.
debate till the end of time, and then once Mahomes is
Yeah,
said and done, I'm sure there'll be another quarterback who we'll be talking about on the same trajectory, maybe. So who knows?
I 100% agree. But to continue to end our Super Bowl talk, what do you think at the end of the game, seeing Taylor and Travis Kelsey kind of just go crazy in the bars, kissing on the field? What was your take on that? I personally, I absolutely loved every minute of it. I didn't care what anybody was saying that they were
Oh, I
tired
mean,
of seeing Taylor Swift.
Oh, I
I thought it
mean,
was great.
listen, feed into it. I mean, listen, you're in the first Super Bowl ever in Las Vegas, and you get to go win it. Do whatever you want. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
mind. They showed her she's on the field, but she let Travis have her moment. Listen, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it was great. It was so awesome too, just like them out in the clubs like singing and jamming along to
Yes.
her songs were
That
is
was so
unbelievable. I
dope.
can't even
I loved it.
I'll never imagine what that feeling is like to just be singing my songs, or hearing my songs in a bar and singing it to my significant
Yeah.
other. Like that's a sick moment. So it was uh it was good for them. Honestly, what I thought was a little crazy about the after party was I thought Jason Kelsey did a little too much. Honestly. He wasn't on the team.
Dude, I have to agree with you. They talked about it on the New Heights podcast, and I thought it was hilarious. He was like, dude, like I was just there, like the party just to be your brother at one point, and then all of a sudden I found this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nacho
The,
Libre mask
yeah.
or
The
Yeah,
luchador.
he found the luchador mask, the
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio Kansas City mask, and he put it on. And he's like, once I put that on, like I blacked out of excitement. I was dancing with Marshmello on stage. He
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
my belly was just going. It was absolutely hilarious. But I have to agree with you too. I mean, like 100%, yo, you party like with your brother. But I agree. I think he did a little bit too much. Like you are a at the current time, you're not officially retired yet.
Yeah, you're
And
still an
if I
Eagle.
was an Eagles fan, dude, I would be a little salty, a little bit. I'd be
Yeah.
a little bit like,
Like I
that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, like I know it's his brother at the end of the day, and you're gonna be there for your brother, but you can be there from afar. You don't have to. I know you're a party animal, and the Kelsey brothers party animals. I know Travis doesn't care, so we're just the two guys talking about it. But I don't know.
Exactly.
I just thought it was a little bit too much just seeing all the videos of him stumbling around. Like I know he doesn't care if he hears this or not, but he's entitled to do whatever he wants. But like I don't know. I just thought it was a bit much. Like you said, if I was an Eagles fan, just seeing him, especially in all Chiefs gear, celebrating and stuff, like I don't know. He didn't really win. So, but
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. I don't think that was his main purpose when he started,
no,
but
definitely not.
I mean, listen, we've all done stupid shit when you're drunk, and
No, of
what
course.
better scenario to do it in Vegas after your brother wins?
Oh,
So I don't know, let it rock. I love those videos. I also fun fact, the I bought that Funko Pop of him that Funko released of him at the Bills game with his shirt off, Tim's, and a
I
beer in
saw
his
that.
hand
Yeah,
screaming
nice,
of Jason Kelsey, and that's gonna go right here once I
nice.
get it in the mail, and it'll be my prized possession Funko Pop.
Beautiful. Yeah,
So
that's
I can't wait.
that
Can't
that's
wait.
that's a nice one. But yeah, go. It was nice seeing everyone finally get to live it up in Vegas. I listened to. I don't even know how they filmed the New Heights podcast the next day. They had no voices, either of them.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, no. Now the
He
Super Bowl's
sounded
all said
so
and
shot.
done. Everything was good. Halftime show was good. So I thought
Yeah,
it was a
I thought
success.
Usher's performance was good. I saw a lot of really like people shitting on it, but I was like, dude, fuck it, man. It was entertaining.
Yeah.
I personally enjoyed seeing Little John just like,
Hmm.
crowd surfing while singing his song, and I'm a sucker for Ludacris.
Yeah.
So I thought it was amazing. And oh, dude, Alicia Keys, bro, she looked so fine. She looked so good, man.
Yeah. At least
Uh, was not expecting her to come out like that crazy with it, but it was hilarious.
no.
I thought it was one for the ages. I also think, sorry to cut you off, but it's kind of crazy. The like they don't get paid to do the halftime show,
Yeah.
and
No.
just they started this last year where you see like the uploads and like downloads
Hmm.
after
Yeah.
they perform at the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
His like downloads went up 330%,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, cause
crazy.
yeah, cause
So
at first,
wild.
yeah, I saw he only made $600 for the for the halftime performance.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, yeah, only $600. Like that's kind of crazy for everything that goes into it. But then, yeah, you said 330%. I think he's expected like 100 million plus in like actual revenue sales. So he's all right. That's
Yeah,
that the
he'll
after
be
effect.
chilling.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know why people were shitting on it so quickly. I thought he was good. It's always good to bring out some fans, play your classics. Good show.
Dude, I thought it was a great show. Also, one last topic to talk about was the parade in Kansas City. Uh,
Uh,
at the great parade, thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Kansas City. Though obviously it has to end in a silly way where
Terrible.
there was a shooting and somebody got caught in the crossfire.
Yep.
Taylor Swift actually donated $100,000 to the family,
Hmm.
and then which I thought was a really nice thing to do. Like, why she could have just easily not donated anything and just like went under the carpet and nobody would have
Hmm.
said a single thing.
Yeah.
But she donates $100,000, and then people are all over online freaking out that it wasn't enough money. Like she's a billionaire, she should have given more.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I think people are so stupid in that aspect. Like somebody went to the extent of like saying like what the average or what that would like equate to an average person, like if it's like $20 or whatever,
Hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
then somebody actually did the math, and so the average salary of an American citizen is like around $50,000, right? So and then she made $1.2 billion on her
Hmm.
tour this
Yeah.
year. So they did the math. $100,000 to her equals $5.60. Why are you going to that extent to find that
You
out?
could
Like $100,000,
just
I'll take the $100,000. Like, why are you fucking throwing that
there's
on the rug? That's a lot of money.
yeah, people just have to find other ways to utilize their time because like why would you go through the because what point are you proving? There's plenty of celebrities out there who donate so much money and like I don't even know what the goal was for this GoFundMe page, but like I don't know if the goal was say only like $50,000 and she donated $100,000, people were probably only donating $100 max. So like for her
Oh
to do
yeah.
100,000 probably exceeded whatever the goal was. And then for people to come out and say like, "Oh, she should have given more." Like there's just like people like that no matter what good deed they do, like I think I said it once and cuz like there's people who just obviously like get ridiculed by the media and fans all the time and like say I was using in this sense. I've used it with Pete Alonso cuz like that guy, does great for community fans and everything.
He
And no
does.
matter what people will make fun of him. So I always said like Pete Alonso could like cure cancer and they would say, "What took you so long?" It would be
Dude,
the truth. It would be
seriously.
good job. It would be what took you so long. So it's the same aspect. Like only $100,000. Like I don't understand why it's the only
Why
a hundred
people
thousand
have to
dollars. I
be
think
that way, dude?
there
Like,
was just
it's
so much hate. There
ridiculous.
was so much unnecessary hate against her this whole season. So I think it's good that the season's
So
over,
much.
so that her
I
and
agree.
Trav, she can go back on tour. Trav can go support her, and the NFL media can finally talk about something else.
Yeah, I would love to go to one of her tours, dude. I feel like
Oh
that would be
yeah.
electric. Just going out there. I think she's going to like Europe now. Let's go to
Hmm.
Europe, dude. Let's go to London. That'd be
It's
sick.
definitely cheaper than probably seeing it here, or maybe cooler.
Yeah. I mean, you would have to pay for the flight. So
Yeah, I
probably
guess it
not.
really depends where. I know she's going to Canada. Canada's kind of closer. That's a drive or a shorter
Oh, we
flight.
could go to Canada. We could drive.
Yeah, we could go to Canada. I've
Yeah, we could
driven there
drive there.
before. It depends how far in Canada, I guess, but
A little two-man drive.
yeah, I think
You
she
got the
comes.
gas, I get the wheel.
Yeah, sure, sounds good.
Speaking of driving, I have a weird segment. So we're staying on the store, um, staying on the sports aspect here. Onto why me and Tyler are wearing these jerseys.
Yes,
Well, not
sir.
like necessarily. We actually accidentally planned this. I put this on, and he got
Yes,
onto this camera, and he was also wearing a Rangers jersey.
very
So I thought that
unplanned.
was awesome. So I was planning on driving out to the MetLife Stadium this Sunday that just passed. Unfortunately didn't get out there. But how cool is that Stadium Series, Rangers versus Islanders, Tyler? Were you tuned in? I'm sure you were tuned in like all the other amazing Ranger fans out there.
Yeah, I was definitely tuned in. I watched it this year from the nice warmness of my couch under a blanket instead of everyone who bared the cold. But I'm glad everyone I know a lot. I know a lot of my friends or our friends got out there and got to experience that. Because I can't imagine watching a hockey game with 80,000 people. Is really cool, and it was supposed to be an Islanders home game.
Crazy.
Everyone I've talked to said it was like 80% Ranger fans.
That's
And just
wild.
cause, just how cool the comeback was. Both jerseys look great. The whole weekend, I mean, the game before I watched a little bit of Devils Flyers, but not too much because I had no interest in either team. But it was just really it's really cool all the time. Like I even said, no matter what happens in this game, like I got to try and just enjoy it, even if the Rangers lose. Because it's always, you only get these pick for these outdoor games every 4 or 5 years. Honestly, if you're lucky
Yeah,
enough, some teams have never been outdoors. But yeah, just watching it, I thought the jerseys were great. I thought the game was so
I love the
terrible at the start.
jerseys.
I just couldn't wait for it to end. They look so terrible. And then it turned into just as everyone's calling it, the miracle in the Meadowlands. So,
Wow,
um,
I love that. I love
yeah,
that.
so it's definitely a win I'll be remembering for a while.
Yeah, dude, it was electric, man. I wish I was there.
Mm.
But watching at home, me and my dad were going crazy. I live bet them when they were down 4-1. So they
Yeah,
were down 3 goals. I just
yeah,
put $20 on it. And every goal that they scored, it was just electric. Me and my dad were high-fiving.
yeah,
He's like, I get 50% of what you get. And
yeah.
dude, it was just electric. Um, but you know, personally, I don't watch a lot of hockey games.
Hmm.
But dude, like watching the Stadium Series, the NHL is just doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about this earlier with a couple of people from work, and we were just talking about how like the NFL just kind of knows how to put on a good time. I mean, the night before it was Phillies or Flyers
Devils.
versus the Devils. I said Devil
Devils.
Rays.
Jeez, you're all
Flyers
over the
versus the
place now.
Devils, and I'm all over the place. Yeah, so Flyers versus the Devils, and the Jonas Brothers played before
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
Like
Jersey kids.
like that's so cool. Like you're going to the stadium tour, and like you're expecting to just watch some hockey, and then you
Mm-hmm.
get a concert like right before the puck drops. You see the Brothers play. Like how
Mm-hmm.
cool is that, dude? And
Yeah.
then you go on to the next game, and they just got all this stuff going on during the uh during the in between the periods. There was a
Mm-hmm.
concert, I think, in between the first and the second period. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know who the hell that guy was, but if I'm there and you're not really like a huge hockey fan, they're
Mm-hmm.
making it fun for people to
Mm-hmm.
go to these games.
Yeah.
I,
And
I think the NHL just did a really good job with that.
yeah, and I remember when I went to the Winter Classic back in 2018, the Sabres and the Rangers, like obviously there's so much empty space besides the rink that you put on this, giant football field or giant baseball field back
Yeah.
then. And, they had, I remember when I went, they had some fake and some real or kind of like toy taxi cars. And people were driving back and forth in those, and they made it look like the New York City roads, and made it look like a
Oh, that's
grid
dope.
and stuff. So like they really made it up. And I know like the Devils, they tried to make it look like a park. I think I don't remember off the top of my head why they did that, but there was some significance there. So like they also have stuff on the side going on, and they have mascots there, and you
Yeah.
just and as cold as it was, you're really just there enjoying it and fighting through the cold with everyone else, and to really come out with a win just makes it that much better. And I saw this one sportscaster talking about it. I think it's Evan Roberts. I think he's on the WFAN, and he's an Islanders fan, and he's quite
Love WFAN.
salty. He was quite
How the way the game
salty.
ended.
Yeah, because he was just saying, like his son or his kid was upset, and he asked him, he's like, "Oh, like what does this mean?" Like after the game was over, and he thought to himself and went, "You know what? This is just a regular season game. It doesn't matter. They're treating this like this is the
Yeah.
Stanley Cup." And they're like, "This is their Stanley Cup. They haven't won in 80 years. They have one cup in 80 years." Blah blah blah. And he went on like this whole tyrant of just how it was as a normal game. But like, what do you expect them to do when 80,000 people are screaming the goal song? You want them to just kind of, clap? Of course they're gonna celebrate like they just won the Stanley Cup. How many times do you come back from 3 goals down in the third period?
Dude, it was
And
crazy.
yeah, I do wish one small complaint, obviously out of their control, but I do wish the overtime goal was a little cooler. I
Yeah, no,
wish it was
100%.
more decisive because obviously I feel like it was controversial. I think they got the rule right. Even
I think so too.
yeah, they explained it because I thought it was no goal at first, but after they explained it, I guess I'm like, oh, it has to be a goal. I would have been pissed if I'm an Islander fan. I don't blame you. If that happened against us in that game, I'd be probably pissed at the rule.
We'd be
Um,
on this podcast right now talking
saying we
shit
should have
about
won
the
that game.
NHL.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yep.
But it did bring another cool aspect because the players and all the fans got silent. Like I saw a tweet like how do 80,000 plus get all silent at the same exact time, to then hear the good gold chant and kind of blow the imaginary roof off that place. So yeah, the NHL
Yeah.
did it right to have 150,000 fans over 2 days, come through the stadium, all the media attention.
Crazy.
It's it was great. And yeah, it's no matter if it's a regular season win, the Rangers are now 5-0 outdoors, and it's something I will be thinking about for the rest of my life. They're on a nice little 7-game win streak right now. They're up
Dude,
one
hopefully they're
nothing.
winning right now.
Yeah, they're up 1-0 at the end of one as we're recording. So let's keep the good vibes going with them.
Let's go Rangers, baby. Oh,
Yo, that's actually another
oh.
debate that people have. Do you say goal or whoa? Like, during the goal chant.
Um, I say oh. I go
That's a
oh.
yeah, yeah. No, because I think I start with goal and then I work my way to like whoa and oh. Like I don't stay consistent.
That
Cause
that makes sense.
yeah, because the guy who wrote the song came out and kind of said like I wrote it as whoa. but everyone's saying goal sounds
Interesting.
better. So it didn't really solve the debate, but like, or I guess what people prefer. But I start with goal, and then I get into hey heys, and then
And
I
then
get
you
to
go,
and I just then I kind of get bored, and I just go
oh.
oh, as we're going along. So I just wanted to hear what you said as you
Dude,
were singing it.
yeah, no, I definitely say, oh, I don't even say G. I don't say
I mean,
whoa.
that's
I just
close.
start with an
Yeah,
O.
it all sounds
Yeah.
similar. So as long as you're celebrating a Ranger goal, who gives a shit?
It's like that scene from Ted when they talk about how every single like 80s song could be sung in vowels.
Oh
Uh
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's exactly how I feel like that can be. I could be like, eh, I could
Yeah,
say whatever the
honestly,
heck I
yeah.
want, and you'd still know what I'm talking about.
Exactly, yeah. As long as you got the beat and the rhythm or whatever. Yeah. No, that's fair. That's funny.
No, it's great. But yeah, awesome game. Let's go Rangers.
Hmm.
I thought that besides the Stadium Series this week, we also had the NBA All-Star weekend happening as well. Um, yeah, that is the exact. You go from such a high with the NHL,
Hmm.
Stadium Series. Even like they recently just had their All-Star game. I personally don't watch it, but
Nope.
um, you didn't hear any complaints about how competitive that was. The only thing you hear out of the NBA All-Star break is
Hmm.
how uncompetitive it is, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the end score was 186 to 211. The fact that they broke 200 points is
Jeez.
ridiculous.
That's
Like
crazy.
there was absolutely no defense.
I didn't even know what the score was until you just told me. That's crazy. I know they,
Yeah.
I've only heard bad things about just how uninterested, uncompetitive some of the players look during the skills competition in the game, and I'm not even looking for, lockdown defensive player of the year defense in the All Star game because obviously this
Yeah.
is your break. These players don't get their vacation. This is their All Star break, but just a little bit, put a hand up or something. Yeah, I've
No, it
seen.
was ridiculous, dude. Like, and then I saw a clip where Luca like people were shitting on Luca for shooting the ball. He shot the ball from the free throw line
Oh, yeah,
from the other
I
side of the
saw that.
court.
Yeah,
Like not once, but twice. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
yeah, yeah. It was
I mean, at
it's
least Dame when he shoots half court, he makes it,
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
what's going on?
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. I've been seeing some things recently on just how they can try and fix that All Star game and skills comp because they need to do something. It's definitely a problem. They have in every All Star game, but not as they don't make fun of it as much as they do in the NBA because they say, "Oh, LeBron ruined the dunk contest because he says he won't do it anymore." Well, there's other people who can definitely join the dunk
Who can
contest.
do it?
If you look at
Yeah, and
if
then
you
you've
look at
got
the home run derby, when's the last time a big name like even the guys like Judges and Stantons of the world don't do it every year?
yeah, no, I mean, at least they do it though. I mean, like Pete Alonso's been doing it every year since
True,
he came into the league.
true.
And then now you got these younger, like at least you got these young, prevalent guys doing it.
Hmm.
But I mean, are they going to do it every year? No. I think it's kind of good though to get like different people in there. At least,
Yeah,
but as long as they're all still big names, like you don't have like the guy who just won the 3-point contest won back-to-back years, and he's only known for the dunk contest. Name is
he
Mac McClung.
he's only
Like,
yeah
who is
he's
who
only
are you?
played 4 NBA games in his career.
And
They
this
just pull
guy
him
is
up from the G League
winning.
every year just because he has the most
Yeah,
talent. And I think that's the other thing is people have to get their egos out of their way almost a little bit because like I feel like people are almost
yeah.
afraid to fail. Like, listen, if you try a cool dunk, like obviously that takes a lot of talent. You can't be afraid to fail almost. And I'm like
No,
random
I
guy telling
agree.
this to athletes, but like
Yeah,
I don't know like
some random guy.
yeah, but like you see like and it's also hard because like you've seen people jump over cars and everyone jumps over Shaq and stuff like that. But like you got to try and get a little original too, and just try it. Make it cool, make it a show.
Yeah, I personally always like the dunk contest was always like my favorite like activity in any all-star
Hmm.
game in
Yeah.
sports. It was like the home run derby and the dunk contest.
Hmm.
And like being a baseball guy. I used to really like the dunk contest more than the home run derby, which may be a hot take. And I don't know. It's just something about how cool it is about basketball, just being like how close you can be to the court when they're doing these crazy dunks and stuff,
Yeah.
and just like the stupid props that you can do, like you said, like bringing out a car,
Hmm.
bringing out a celebrity. Like one of my favorite dunks was when Victor Oladipo put on the Black Panther mask to the Wakanda Forever that he got
Yeah.
from Chadwick Boseman, and just did a simple dunk. Like just the prop of it is just cool,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I think they've destroyed it. I mean, I was even pissed off to see like Jacob Toppin, who's a G League player,
Hmm.
in it. Like, why are you bringing these G League players to be in it? Like, I'm there for the All Stars. Like, I want to see the All Stars
Yeah.
dunk. Like, I don't want to see this guy Joe Schmo who just came off of the minor league team. Just like how I wouldn't want to see in minor league baseball one of the minor league players hitting in the home run derby.
Yeah.
Like, I
Or I
want to see the
mean,
players
yeah.
I'm watching every
And
day on
it
TV.
would depend like the hype around them. I'm not too hyped about the guys they brought in. Like if there's some up and coming rookie
Yeah,
that the team won't call up, hey, maybe get him in the home run derby, but do it once. Don't have that guy bail out your
of
entire skills
course.
competition. Uh, and yeah,
Yeah.
even I think the consensus of the highlight of the skills competition night was Sabrina versus Steph.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, 100%.
because Steph went out there, he might not have won, and Sabrina gave a hell of a fight. Good for her too. But he
Yeah.
went out
She went
there with the
25 for 27, dude. 25 for 27, which is crazy.
Jeez, did you really? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nuts.
They
Well,
missed two shots.
yeah. So I mean, look, he could have easily lost, and you know what? He wouldn't have cared because like she won. So these guys who go in a dunk competition just have to be fine with losing, you know, or not be afraid
Yeah.
to do something. Because, yeah, but yeah, I thought that Sabrina thing was cool. Because I remember like she was gonna shoot from the WNBA 3-point line, and Steph was gonna shoot
Yeah.
from just the NBA 3-point line, and like day of. She's like, nah, we got to make it fair. And I was like, well, now I really hope she does well. And she killed it. She
Yeah.
tied I know Dame Lillard won the 3-point contest and he had the
Yeah.
26 or something. And I think she technically tied him, because you got that money ball at the end. That's two. I think didn't she finish with a
Yeah,
26?
exactly.
So I think there was like four people tied with
Yeah, I
26s.
think so.
Yeah. So I
Yep,
remember
yep.
seeing
She had
something that she tied like
26
four people in
points.
the
Yeah.
actual NBA contest. Uh, so
Yeah.
it, you know, she was definitely the MVP of that night, and that competition was definitely great.
Dude, it was awesome. It was electric. It was cool too that they like brought like a stupid beef on Twitter. Not even a beef, but like, something that kind of just happened on Twitter,
Hmm.
and they brought it. Like that was really cool. Why can't they do that with like the other events, like the dunk contest or even the game itself, to make it a little bit more competitive?
Yeah,
I don't know,
yeah. I think
but
I think the
uh,
best solution I've seen so far is just get rid of the All Star game, or maybe get rid of some of the skills competitions. I don't know which one they're trying to get rid of. At least these are the guys on social media, and to
yeah,
just do a King of the Hill tournament. Take the top 32 scorers at the time of the All Star game, seed them, and have them play the first round, play against each other, good old one on one, first to three, only three dribbles, stuff like that, Then the next round, first to five, and then the last round, first to 11. And just have a good old pickup
hmm,
game one on one. Or you could even do,
that's pretty cool.
two on twos. I don't know, just something. Because, like, those guys are going to want to compete. I think. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know them, but if you have LeBron versus Kevin Durant in one round, those guys, they have a lot on the line for that one. I know at the end of the day, it's only an All Star
no,
game, but
100%. That's actually a really cool thing to do. I would be with that. I think something's got to change because like this regular 5v5, random losers not playing is just annoying. I
yeah,
mean, not random, but these all stars being losers.
I saw them discuss have whatever conference wins hosts is the home team for gets a home advantage for the finals. But I don't like them going that direction, even though it would help in this case. But baseball had that for so many years, and eventually we didn't like that in baseball, and we got rid of it.
Yeah, yeah,
So I think eventually it will make them play harder, but not for the guys who are bottom of the, last in the league, last in the division. So
I
I
had an
just I
I
just
had
don't know
an
how that will help the
yeah, I
NBA.
had an idea. I was thinking about it like when I was like in the car, just like thinking about this. They were talking about it on the radio, and I was like, what if they did it where the winning team, like the NBA, there
Mhm.
was like, okay, whoever wins the All-Star game gets $4 million from the NBA. I don't know
Mhm.
if they would ever do that, right?
Yeah,
But say
sure.
it's like a number like that. But and the money doesn't go to the people, and like, but the players are playing for charity,
Charities and stuff.
like a
That's a good
charity.
way to look at
Like
it.
they,
Yeah.
so like the team picks a charity, and
Mhm.
then the league, or the team picks a charity, and then the league would then donate to that charity of that choice. So you
Mhm.
could even do that if it is the regular East versus the West conference
True. True.
teams, or you can do it like the other way you said too, is if like the duos or the trios, they all pick an individual
Mhm.
team
Yeah.
that, or a charity that they want to do, and whoever wins the
Mhm.
tournament gets the money donated to the charity. I
Yeah.
think that would be a good way, because now it's not selfish if they
Mhm.
win, like they're not playing for themselves. Then
Yeah.
they're playing for a cause,
Mhm.
and you have people behind the cause, and it helps out the people who get the money, you
Yeah.
know?
No, I agree.
So uh, I don't know. I think there's a lot of different ways they can do it. Maybe if they want to put the two man in the discussion talks for the NBA All-Star game, I
Yeah.
think we would do a great job at it. So
Yeah.
NBA, this is our call. If reach out to us, give us a little call.
Yeah. Get
You
us on
can
the
find us in the
committee.
link in the bio. Yeah, get us on the committee.
Get us a committee. We have some good ideas as non-even NBA fans who can try
Yeah,
and help out.
yeah. Come on, man. Let's go Rangers. Let's go Knicks. We're just here for a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we just adjusted at the same time. That was cute.
That was pretty cute, actually. I adjust probably if people drank as many times I adjusted, they'd probably be drunk because I adjust in the chair like 15 times.
Yeah, for those of you having a drinking game, we hope you're having a good time and you're very drunk watching our podcast. Shout out to Talk, who's probably one of our only friends that consistently watches every week. You're the man. So that one was for you, Talk. Uh, but how about we move on to our next topic? We got a movie section coming up, right? Right, Tyler?
Yes, we do. Plenty of movies that we have recently watched and plenty of movies that are coming out.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
What movie would you like to start off with, Tyler?
Well, I guess we can start off with probably the oldest movie of the bunch, or what came out a while ago, and
Yeah,
actually has
yeah.
the only movie I think that has technically come out that we're kind of talking about in a sense. But I finally watched The Marvels. I think that movie came out probably 3 4
Nice.
months ago. Uh,
Let's go.
I finally watched it on Disney Plus. Easy. And I watched it the other night, and I did not think it was that bad. I think the best part is to really just go into it thinking it's going to be bad, or just or just not looking at any reviews, not listening to everyone just shit on any Marvel movie since Endgame. I think it's just to watch the movie for what it is, and give your own opinion. And I think overall it was a fun movie. It was a fun watch. Some parts were definitely a little cringy. Some parts they could have gone without, but overall, I think I mean, it looks like they were all having fun in the movie filming it.
Yeah.
Good, decent storyline, decent villain. You don't really know where it's gonna go, and as always, how's it gonna set up for the next movies and the ending and the cutscenes? They did exactly that, so it really checked off all the boxes for me. I thought it was an overall good movie.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, spoiler alerts now ahead. If you haven't seen the movie, go
Yeah.
check it out on Disney Plus now. But yeah, just a couple of things. I want to know what your first, what were your thoughts on the whole like premise? The one thing that I hated out of the movie
Mhm.
was the whole Flarkin scene. That was probably
Yeah,
what I
that's
hated the most.
yeah,
There's a lot of people saying they hated the dancing scene and like
yeah,
the singing scene. I
yeah.
didn't even hate that much.
No,
Like, what did I think it was cringy? Yes.
yeah,
Should it have been in the movie? Probably not.
yeah.
Did I mind it?
But
No, not really.
yeah, exactly.
But
Like,
the Flarkins pissed me off.
yeah, no, that I mean, yeah, that singing scene, like, it was a little silly, but also like, yeah, whatever. It's a fun movie at the end of the day. But yeah,
Yeah,
how do you say it? Flurkin, whatever,
I think they're
Flurkin.
Flurkins. Yeah, Flurkins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever those cats are that have tentacles that come out of their mouth. Um, yeah, that scene was just a little too much for me. That was yeah. Whoever didn't see it, that was they ran out of escape pods, and the only way. And then the one cat, I forgot even the cat's name, Princess.
Goose.
Wasn't even close. Goose
No, you were not even close.
had had
Goose.
had had kittens while laid kittens while he was on the space
Spaceship
station.
Saber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and literally just all the kittens were born. They ran out of escape pods and they couldn't fit the humans they still had on board into the remaining escape pods. So they just had these little kittens eat all of them and then just put the kittens in the escape pod and then shoot down off the space station. And it was weird. It was too weird for me, too
Yeah, they
cringy.
had them eat them to transport them because, like, I guess
Yeah,
in the Florkins' bellies, they like miniaturize them so they could carry more people. It
yeah,
was the stupidest thing, dude. I
yeah,
was literally sitting there and I was like, they couldn't like they cut so much shit out of this movie. They
yeah,
couldn't have cut this. They couldn't have found a better way to like transport all these people. Like they're on a damn space station with
yeah,
all these crazy technological advanced shit, right?
yeah,
You couldn't
yeah,
teleport everybody down.
yeah. No, that was a weird one for me. Did not like that, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was just one of the ones I didn't like. But besides that, I mean, usually I don't like Brie Larson in the movies. I thought she was good in this one.
I
Uh,
thought she was really good. I thought she showed like a lot of charismatic or charisma to herself,
yeah,
and she was genuinely funny. Like I
yeah.
laughed at the jokes that she said.
Yeah, she was funny. She delivered everything great. Always good to see Fury. Whoever played Monica Rambeau, also great. And then obviously the MVP of the movie was whoever plays Miss Marvel. If you want to try and pronounce her name,
Iman
go for it.
Vellani, that's my girl, dude. That's my girl.
There
I
we go. I
love
thought
her,
she was
bro.
great just because, like we always say, she's really just a fan like us who's playing a superhero. So who wouldn't be
Yeah.
passionate about that? And she shows it in now her second film, and it shows like at the end of the movie, it looks like she's got more in store for the MCU. So it's going to be good to see her
Oh
future
yeah.
projects.
Yeah, no, that the end cut scene of her kind of just like recruiting Kate Bishop, my girl Haley Steinfeld, super hyped to see her on screen. But I thought that was really cool. I think I'm excited for that. A lot of people have been kind of hinting at all those, Marvel nerds out there have been
Mhm.
hinting at that Marvel is going to do a Young Avengers project, which I think would be really cool.
Yeah, it would
There's a
be.
lot of characters that they still need to
Mhm.
introduce. I mean, I know they hinted at Cassie Lang. I just kind of hope, just as the little fan of me, I don't want a full woman team. I don't know if that's sexist or not. Like maybe a good mixture, you do like half and half. I mean, I personally thought the original Avengers team needed more chicks on the team. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last two-man podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for 24 episodes. I really appreciate it. We had a good run. We were really going well. God damn it. God.
I was trying to be serious there. Uh,
Um, I mean,
anyway,
but yeah, I'll let you keep cooking, I guess.
yeah, no, no, don't let me keep cooking. But anyway, whatever you're gonna say, I think it's gonna be cool. I think the
Mm,
Young Avengers will be a cool project. Uh, but I thought it was really cool how she. I don't know if you noticed, she kind of spoofed uh Nick Fury at the end. Did
elaborate.
you catch that at all?
I don't know who we're
So
talking
in the
about and
first
who
event at
spoofed.
the
Oh, I see what you're
Iman
saying. All right, keep
Vellani.
going. I did not pick up on this, but keep
Yes,
going.
yeah. So at the end of I think it was the first Iron Man movie or the second Iron Man movie,
Hmm.
Nick Fury comes and visits Iron Man, and he basically goes, "I'm putting together a team." And like there was like a cut scene where she like where Nick Fury literally like word for word kind of says what Iman Vellani says.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
But
awesome.
yeah, it was kind of like this big meta thing where Kamala Khan's character kind
Hmm.
of like says like what Nick Fury was supposed to say in a cutscene, like she's hiding in the shadows and she goes, I'm here to create a team or whatever.
Hmm.
But I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
The little cool Easter egg for those people out there who have been watching since the very first day. So
yeah. No, that is really cool. So, yeah, no, I'd give it a good rating on that movie for sure. And they set up some future movies. But I mean, honestly, as I think about it, what other Young Avengers are there? I guess they could have Wanda's kids.
uh
Are those guys
yeah,
like?
yeah, I
But that
think
might
like
be it.
in the comics, yeah, I think in the comics there's like people have like I've seen online have hinted at who they've already like kind of um established already who could be on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember in Winter Soldier, Isaiah Bradley, who was like the grandson of
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a cool one.
the yeah, so they were like maybe like some way somehow he kind of like like inherited his like ability like some way through like the genes of being his grandson, so he might have some sort of like superhuman strength from
Okay.
the super soldier serum that they gave him.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was one. They said Wanda's kids, because apparently not it was Billy and Max and Billy. Yeah, I think it's
Sure.
Max.
Sure.
So Max, I think, is supposed to be um in the new Agatha Harkness series. So
Mm-hmm.
he's supposed to be in that series. So they're saying maybe like after that he'll join the Young Avengers, and then yeah, and then I think there's like a couple other people that they could just throw in there. They're saying maybe Ironheart.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are saying because the whole Kang timeline, that
Mm-hmm.
Kang, there's a character that's in the Avengers who's a young version of Kang, and he's called
Mm-hmm.
Iron Lad, so he's basically like Iron Man but like young version. But then they're gonna have Ironheart on because she was already introduced. They're gonna have two Iron Man people. I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
weird. I'm just waiting for them to figure it out. I'm
Yeah.
just a
Well,
fan here. I'm
yeah.
gonna watch it regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Let them figure it out. But yeah, a good movie. And the next movie I know we wanted to talk about is one that I have been a pretty I have hated pretty openly. Is Dune. Uh, I have probably only
Yes.
watched 20 minutes of it. I've fallen asleep. I've woken up and just been confused at it. But I did tell Carl I would watch it before Dune 2 Part 2 comes out, and Dune Part 2 does come out March 1st. So this weekend I will be watching the first Dune all the way through. So next episode I will be giving, which is probably the episode after Part 2 comes out, but I will be giving my reaction to Dune 1. And I don't know if I'll see Dune 2 by then, no promises, but I will now give an honest
I was
reaction
I
of
was
full watch Dune 1.
I was just thinking we could 100% watch Dune 2 together because you're coming home that weekend.
Oh, jeez. Let me get through Dune 1 first. I'm not putting no promises in yet. I'll see how
No,
Dune 1
not
is
holding you
first.
to it. Not
But
holding you
actually,
to it.
that kind of brings up another thing, Dune. Have you seen the Dune popcorn buckets?
Oh
What are
my God, I'm
those?
so
What
excited
are
to talk
those?
about this. All right, dude. All right. So this is either the stupidest thing in cinematic history or the most amazing marketing ploy that anybody's ever
Yeah, I
done
go back and
for
forth between
a
those two
movie.
ideas as well.
Because first of all, I'm not sticking my hand in that bucket,
No, no way. You can't.
but
That's
I
weird.
kind of I kind I kind of want to try it. For anybody who
Mm.
hasn't seen this popcorn bucket, it is supposed to be one of the like worms on the planet that's like this like big sandworm.
Yeah.
And so just imagine just the popcorn bucket itself is just a big circle, and then it has these little like strings coming around the circle. So if you put your hand to grab the popcorn bucket, you're putting your hand through this like stringy material to get the popcorn.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
it
good
is
for our visual
very weird.
listeners. For our visual listeners, I'll save you the trouble of looking it up. But look up Dune popcorn basket for all our audio listeners. Yeah, this is. Let it fix itself. This is what it is. And I haven't seen the first Dune, but I think there is so many other things you could have went with. I know for like Star Wars, they had like cool buckets. You could have a C3PO head. I know Doctor Strange,
Oh,
they had some cool cube. Like you just they
I got
have
some up. I got some up here of Gwen Stacy,
like look at
Iron Man,
that.
Ant
Look at
Man. I
those
mean,
popcorn buckets.
Spider
And
Man, like
and
Ant Man.
and what do you land on but this? This because like everyone knows what it looks like. This isn't. How much
I
popcorn?
don't need to. I don't think I need to say it what it looks like,
Yeah,
dude. But
everyone has their own
like,
imagination, but how much popcorn with a full fist can you really bring out of this thing? I don't
yeah, that's what
understand.
I also. that's what like people were also saying too. It's like not only does it look weird and I don't want to put my hand in it,
Yeah,
but it also is like gonna construct like it's gonna like
constrict.
invade on how much.
There you go.
Yeah, and constrict. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. It's gonna
I got you.
constrict on how much popcorn I'm gonna be able to take out.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then I was back and
I
forth with you too, like, because again, at the end of the day, any publicity is kind of good publicity
Good
because it's getting
publicity.
talked about. So, like,
Yeah.
you know how many people are probably have looked up the Dune 2 popcorn bucket? You know how many people are going to get it for the jokes? You know how many people are just going to want to see it? So,
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, like, it is kind of crazy to think, like, how could a group of people, a marketing department, sit there and think, this is a good idea,
This is it. This
but
is it.
everyone is talking about this more than Dune 2 almost at
The
this point.
actual movie.
It's
Yeah.
gonna and
Yeah.
it
No.
is probably gonna get some people to go there in general, but also opening weekend
Yeah.
or opening day because they want to get that bucket. That's only exclusive for probably
You know what's
however many fans.
yeah, you know what's weird though too is they're already selling it. Like you go to your local like AMC or Cinemark
Oh,
or
they have it
Regal,
at
wherever the heck
AMC.
you go to.
Yeah,
Yeah, they already I think it's a actually yeah, it's an AMC bucket. So if you go to your local AMC, you could go and buy this currently before the movie's even out, which I think is ridiculous. Like I think it's crazy.
that's kind of crazy. That is kind of.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, some are selling it. Yeah, look at
because
that.
yeah, you can literally buy it right now.
Oh, I could buy it on eBay as we speak. Actually, should I get
How
one?
much is it selling for on eBay? Dude,
It is.
you remove the hammer and put the Dune popcorn bucket.
Yeah, I do need a new prop. $55. But this isn't at theaters, so I'm sure
Wow.
it was probably like
Wow.
20. It was probably
And you don't
25 at theaters, so they're probably trying to make a
I'm pretty
profit.
yeah.
Wow, this
I'm
guy's
pretty sure it's
ambitious.
25. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's how much is that one? You
Uh,
found a different one?
no, I found different prices. 175, but then it gets to like 37.
175. Does that come with the popcorn at least?
No, the bucket does look metallic though. So besides the weird looking worm thing on top, it does look like a cool bucket on the
Worm
side.
thing. Yeah,
But
but still, it's got the worm thing on top.
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think Dune 2 is going to be really good. Um the story, a lot of people were saying that it was just like the part 1 of what the whole story was going to be. Like it's kind of like an Infinity War Endgame thing. Like it probably should have been like put all the way through, but they
Mm,
didn't do it all the way through
yeah,
because, that would have taken 7 hours.
yeah,
So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited for you to watch Dune 1 and give
yeah.
me your I was gonna say non-biased review, but it's 100% gonna be biased because you already have
I
so much
mean,
hatred toward this
I mean,
movie.
I'll be honest. I definitely was a hater, probably for no reason. I was definitely influenced by the media, so I'll go into it with an open mind because I really don't even know what it's about. I haven't even seen the trailer for Dune 2, so I don't really know anything
Yeah,
about these movies. So we'll
yeah,
have to
yeah.
really see what they're like. And yeah,
No,
catch us on the next
100%.
podcast talking about Dune 1 and possibly
Catch
Dune
us talking
2.
about Dune 1 and maybe Dune 2. Maybe Dune
Maybe.
2. If not, I'll probably have seen it and you probably haven't, so I'll give my opinion on it, even if you
Yeah.
didn't see it. But
Yeah, exactly. And then just two other quick movies I know we both wanted to talk about before we get to our lovely game is just some more MCU news. I know the Deadpool trailer dropped during the Super Bowl, which was always great. And then, of course, the Fantastic Four cast was named. Carl, if you want
yes, on
to.
Valentine's Day.
Yes, exactly. So, Carl, if you want to give the audience our favorite segment and really pronounce these names for the Fantastic Four cast, I think that will
Yeah,
be
so
really great.
I'll st I will start with the Fantastic Four cast with first my personal favorite,
Hmm.
Pedro Pascal,
Love
which
him.
I think yeah, which a lot of people online are very upset about.
Hmm.
But like I think he's going to be such a great casting for the MCU.
Hmm.
He's just so charismatic and like Pedro himself is such a great man.
Hmm.
And a lot of people are like, is he going to be able to portray like the smartest man in the room aspect? Dude, I 100% think he's going to be able to.
Oh
Have you
yeah.
seen his skit on Saturday Night Live when he literally pretends to be a Hispanic grandmother? Like that is my favorite thing ever. If that man
Yeah.
could play a Hispanic grandmother,
Yeah,
he's 100%
exactly.
going to be able to play Reed Richards.
Yeah, no,
Like
100%.
he's got such a great range in acting. He can be like the most serious person, a killed assassin as Mando, and
Yeah.
I think he could end up being the smartest man in the room.
Yeah.
Somebody comped that the casting might be kind of close to where he might give that, not saying that he's going to be this, but maybe that Robert Downey Jr. vibe, which we've been missing out on in these movies.
Mhm.
So they're saying he's like that persona that could definitely do that.
Okay.
The next casting, which I also really like, I think they hit on all of these, honestly. Vanessa Kirby, who she's a phenomenal actress. She's super pretty too.
Mhm.
The one beef though I do have between this two pairing, which again isn't such a big deal because they are acting, but like Pedro is like I think he's like 40 um 8, and
Mhm.
then
Is he really that old?
Vanessa
Jeez.
Kirby's like 35. Yeah, he's like
Oh.
48 and she's like Vanessa Kirby's 35, and they're supposed to be love interests in the movie. So
Mm.
like that's like the only thing that's a little bit weird to me, but I've also seen people say, like, I haven't read every single Fantastic Four comic, but a
Mhm.
lot of people have said that they've been portrayed in the comics as having a 10-year gap already in
Alright.
between them.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
yeah, I didn't really think about that, but just looking at like the first Fantastic Four, I mean, the two actors who played them, Sue Storm and Reed Richards, they looked like they had a gap in them between them two in age. So
yeah, exactly. I mean,
yeah.
Jessica Alba though, she was perfect, and I thought the I forget the guy who played Mr.
Mm,
Fantastic in the first one, but he was
yeah,
also a great casting too. But then next up we got um Joseph Quinn, who was from the Stranger Things series. Personally haven't watched Stranger Things, but
he
I've heard really
was
good things about his character.
he was great in Stranger Things. So I will talk about him and say how excited I am
Let's
for
go.
him to play that role. I think he is meant for that role after seeing him play in kind of a similar role almost in Stranger Things, just like a cocky,
Yeah,
outgoing,
yeah, that's what it.
boisterous kind of guy. So I think he is perfect for this role in Fantastic Four.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, I mean, like all the pictures and stuff I've seen, I think he's got like the build, he's got like the look for it.
Hmm.
So I think that will be really cool. And then here we go, boys and girls.
Here we go, folks.
The last one for the thing is Iban Mas Bakrak.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Bakrak.
Yeah, I
I
like it.
think I got it.
Okay,
I
I
think
don't
I
think
got
that
it,
was that
boys.
bad. Yeah,
Ma so Iban Mas Bakrak. Fuck, I think I said it wrong there. All
that's all
right,
right.
whatever. Anyway, he was from the Bears TV series, which he actually just won an award for.
Nice.
On and like people are raving about that TV show and how
Hmm.
great of an actor he was on that series itself. So super excited to see him play the thing, and kind of just embody that that big brother energy that
Hmm.
he gives over the whole cast
Yeah.
there. So super super excited. I think it should be good. We got a date of July 25th, um 2025, I think. Yeah, so
Nice.
July 25th,
Awesome.
2025. So yeah, so super excited. And it's crazy to see like that these movies that have were talked about back in like 2020 are
Yeah.
now all being, starting to do production, and now we're finally getting them 5 years later when they were actually announced, due to,
Hmm.
COVID and all that other good
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, they
crazy stuff.
built up a pretty solid cast. I hope they can build up a pretty solid story and
Yeah.
really really put pen to paper and get a good production, get a good movie out of it.
Yeah, now the only other casting for that movie that I want to see is they're saying that they got to cast Doctor Doom,
Hmm.
and I would really hope if they get my boy Killian Murphy, the guy from Oppenheimer, to play him. He's my pick. If
Hmm.
they pick him to play Doctor Doom,
Interesting.
I would be hyped.
I gotta watch
I'd
those
be
X-Men
hyped.
movies again to really understand Doctor Doom, but I don't know how I would like that. But I mean, obviously I love Killian Murphy, but interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, just to see like his picture his like character. I mean, you remember the first Batman movies, like him, he was Scarecrow in the first
No, yeah,
Batman,
yeah, I
like in
remember seeing
the
those.
Christopher
Yeah,
Nolan Batman movies.
yeah. So maybe
Yeah,
it would be
like
good, and yeah, I have seen some Doctor Doom clips. So okay, maybe it would be cool.
yeah. Yeah, from the front, like the first Fantastic Four movie, he was like a pretty good character. I mean, like I didn't like the end fight scene, but that's just to do with those movies back in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2000s. Like it's different. That's just how those movies were made back then.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, but before that, we got the Deadpool trailer during the Super Bowl, which we talked
Yes.
about previously. And dude, I haven't I mean, I've been really hyped about watching trailers, but
Hmm.
like just the hype surrounding this movie, because like especially we know how many cameos and stuff are going to be in it. I
Hmm.
have like the same hype that I had with WandaVision, where I
Hmm.
was sitting there and watching every single episode, like pen and paper out. What did I catch this time? What did I
Yeah,
catch that
yeah,
time?
yeah,
You know, this trailer when it came out, it just looks perfect. Like it looks so good.
yeah,
I think it's going to be really hard for them to fuck this up.
yeah,
And I truly said I think it's going to save the MCU. Two quick things. I don't know if you saw this online. You know that last shot in the trailer. A spoiler for anybody who hasn't watched the trailer, go watch it now.
yeah,
Um, yeah, Deadpool. Um, but you know that last shot where he's like laying on the sand right before Wolverine walks up to him and like pulls out his claws like the
yeah, yeah,
shadow.
yeah. Hmm.
So in that pan like scene, like on the far left, there's a like a super meta Easter egg of a Secret Wars comic
Oh my God.
from bless you,
Thank you.
from
Sorry, whoever
the
ears I
run
just
from
killed.
2015.
What happened? Sorry, I just had my world
So
rocked.
there was a
You might want to say that again so that the listeners can actually hear what you just said. Because I just absolutely broke their eardrums if they're listening to it on headphones. I'm so sorry. But keep going.
so- sorry, Talk. I know you listen to it on your headphones.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so on the far left of the trailer there was a Secret Wars comic like cover from the 2015 comic book run, which is like
Oh wow.
apparently what they're supposed to be modeling this Secret Wars arc
Hmm.
after.
Yeah.
And Doctor Doom's face is on the cover of that specific
Oh,
cover.
nice.
So they're like,
Cool.
"Oh, are they hinting out that, Doctor Doom is maybe going to be the big bad coming?"
Hmm.
And then
Cool.
another really cool Easter egg. I missed this actually the first time I watched it, but shout out to New Rock Stars on YouTube who actually pointed this out.
Hmm.
Um, the Incredible Hulk movie, the one with Edward Norton, not
Hmm.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah,
There, did you watch that one?
I did.
Do you remember like at the end how Hulk's blood gets dropped into like a bottle of soda and gets mass produced,
Yes.
and then Stanley drinks it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
That
do.
that bottle was sitting next to the Secret Wars comic in that clip.
Oh.
So they're like, is that hints to maybe, the Hulk being in the movie?
Yeah.
So a lot of, us nerds online were going crazy about that. So I thought
Yeah.
that was really cool.
Hmm.
Because especially Wolverine's first introduction into the Marvel comics was fighting
Hmm.
Hulk. So a lot of people are like, yo, imagine we get a Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman
Hmm.
versus the Hulk fight.
That'd
Like
be
that would be
cool.
legendary. Like that
Yeah.
would be dope. But
That would
yeah,
be
I
great.
mean, the Deadpool trailer broke the most watches, most views in 24 hours.
Wow.
So it had like it beat No Way Home, which I thought nobody was ever gonna beat that. Cause dude, do you remember that hype for
Oh,
that
for that
trailer?
trailer, yeah.
I think I
Everyone was dissecting that, seeing Lizard's face
yeah
move. Because there
yeah
was two other Spider-Mans next to Tom Holland's, and hoping to see all the
yep.
old Spider-Man villains, and hoping to see Toby and Andrew and stuff like that. So, yeah, to hear that is crazy. But I know this movie has been just hyped up for so long, ever since that video Ryan Reynolds posted, about Hugh Jackman coming back
Yeah.
as Wolverine. And yeah, I think this is a movie that. Uh, I know the trailer is something we talk about. We don't try to watch before, but it's something that I know we have watched a few times, and this is definitely a movie that I personally will love to see, like opening weekend, if not opening day,
Oh
to
yeah,
avoid any
100%.
spoilers and really get that crowd reaction because I think it's going to be up there on one of those tiers of having just great crowd reactions. They
Oh
had a
yeah.
lot of cool things in the trailer, and I hope I hope it's a good movie, really, because there's just so much hype, and it's only a few months away now.
Yeah, dude, it's dope. I like how they're introducing the TVA in the, on the big screen. It's
Hmm.
been in the Loki series. But now we're gonna see it in the movie, and dude, I just can't wait. I think there's just gonna be so many crazy fight scenes.
Hmm.
The on-screen chemistry with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman just kind of like,
Yeah.
like making jokes and like hating each other is gonna be hilarious.
Hmm.
I can't wait, dude. And I think it is deserving the wait, and it's gonna just get hyped. Like Ryan Reynolds is probably one of the best people to market his own movies, and he's
Oh
just
yeah.
gonna absolutely kill this.
Yeah. No,
So,
I can't
I
wait
mean,
to.
do you follow him on Instagram?
I do, yeah. So I can't wait for the fun he brings. I know he already talked
Yeah.
about seeing if everyone watched it during the Super Bowl. He was looking for his wife during the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. She was up in the box with Taylor and stuff, and I like the chemistry between him and his wife as well. She was wearing the
Oh yeah.
Wolverine and
Blake Lively's
Deadpool
awesome.
charm and stuff. So I think
Yeah, that was dope.
so I think it's gonna be great, and I definitely cannot wait to talk more about it.
Yeah, before we move on to our game, just to go on off the Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds comment, there was
Mm,
actually a lot of people were saying that it might have been a double meaning to what
mm,
he said by "Has anybody seen my wife?" Like after
mm-hmm,
watching the trailer.
mm-hmm,
Because there's a clip in the trailer where you think you see Deadpool's hands
mm-hmm.
shooting the mini Uzis,
Yeah.
but apparently they're saying that that might be Lady Deadpool's hands,
Mm-hmm,
and because in Deadpool hasn't ever shot Uzis before, like he's known for like his signature pistols,
mm-hmm,
and they're like Lady Deadpool in the movies uses or in the comics uses Uzis.
mm-hmm.
So they're like, what if those hands are Blake Lively playing Lady Deadpool?
That'd be really
And
cool.
that and that him saying, "Has anybody seen my wife?" meaning during the Super Bowl, and
Yeah.
also her hands in the trailer.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't want to get into the whole or any of these rumors because I remember everyone had so many crazy rumors for WandaVision and they got ruined.
Oh
So
yeah,
I'm trying to
100%.
definitely avoid
100%.
anything like that for Deadpool because I don't want to think there will be Lady Deadpool, and if it's not, I'm disappointed, even if it's a good movie. So, but that is
Yeah.
cool how people look into the trailers like that.
Yeah. Anyway, if I see Blake Lively, I'm gonna be hype
I mean, yeah,
because I love
I
her.
I would love it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens come July.
We shall see come July. But yeah, so I hope you guys are excited for those movies. I know Tyler and I are.
Yeah.
But Tyler, I have another great game for you.
This is crazy. This is
This
back-to-back episodes now, and
Yeah, back-to-back episodes of Tyler Garnett guessing games.
okay,
And I think this one, I'm not sure how you're gonna do with this one. This one might be easy for you. This one might be hard,
great.
but it is very fitting that we are wearing these jerseys because
Oh no.
my question I'm going to ask you, Tyler, drum roll please, ba-da-da, 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 is the top five all-time New York Ranger points leaders.
Oh, I'm gonna get exposed.
Can you
Oh
guess
boy.
the top
Like,
five all-time NH or Rangers point scorers?
oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Point scorers. Okay. I gotta think here. I also gotta try and remember MSG who's up in the rafters because I think there's some guys who were even before my time up there. Oh boy. Oh boy. And this is just like their tenure with the Rangers, right? Or is it like
Yes. So just like they had like just like all-time
they're
Rangers,
okay?
like
Okay. Sounds
so
good.
I'll give you one hint. That's not top five, but just so you don't
Hmm.
like you get this one out of the way.
Hmm.
Um Kreider is number 10.
Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't gonna guess him because I know he just like I think I just heard that stat recently because I think he just got there. But I only want to say that because
Yes.
I know obviously like Wayne Gretzky has the most points of all time, but Wayne Gretzky had a short tenure with the Rangers, So uh okay. Uh
I'll also give you how much the who has like not who has it, but
mm,
like the amount of points that number one has
okay.
is
Yeah.
1,200 1,021 points all time as a Ranger is the number
1,000.
one.
All right. Um all right, so one of my first guesses is I'm going to say Adam Graves.
Adam Graves is not in the top five.
That might have been ambitious. All right, how about
He is right outside 10. He's 11.
Oof, wow, I'm way off that. Jesus. All right. How about Brian Leach?
Brian Leach is number two.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Um, I'll throw I'll say Mark Messier. Maybe he had enough time there, and points were different.
Mark Messier is number 5.
Okay, good job, Mark.
Good job. Let's go, Tyler.
Uh,
Oh,
what
also,
about
I'm wearing his jersey.
Fire jersey? I'm very jealous of it. I need to get my hands on one of those. How about Rod Jobert, or it will say Rod Gilbert, but it's Jobert.
Rod Gilbert is number 1. Let's go, Tyler. Let's freaking go.
Dude, I would love to
You're
give you.
definitely looking this up on your phone now.
No, I'm not. I would love to give you these also as a quiz because obviously it looks like Rod Gilbert, but it's Jobert. Like, why?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anywho, all right. Who else is up there? Oh, he had a whole line. All right. So there's Roger. Oh, so then how about John Rattel or Gene Rattel?
John Rattel, Gene Rattel is number 3.
Oh my God.
You have you have 4 out of the top 5. You are
All right.
missing the number 4.
I'm trying to think because they called it the gag line for goal a game. It was Jobert Rattel, but I don't think the other guy is up there.
What is it? What is it?
I think his last name is Hatfield. Hatfield, something like that. Oh, I'm
No, it
butchering.
is not
Yeah, so all right,
Hatfield.
yeah, no, I think he was more of like the enforcer on that line, kind of. So I didn't think he
Yeah.
was. Who else?
Yeah, he's not even here in the top 15.
Who else is up in the rafters? Do you know if it's even a retired number? What number? Can I get a hint? What number
Um,
they are? Does it say what number they are, or is that like a dead giveaway?
I'm looking. Personally, I don't know.
That's fine. Well, because I mean, like Roger
Keep
Bear and Gene Rattel are from like the 70s, I think, if not earlier, and Messier and Leach are right before our time as well, like the 90s, early 2000s. So I really do not blame you, but I'm actually very happy with how I did here. So, is it Yamir Yager? Was he there long enough?
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope, it is
I
not
know he
him.
jumped around a lot. It was ambitious of me. I just need one more.
Um, his jersey number
Mhm.
was number 9.
Oh, Andy Bathgate.
Yes,
Ah, geez. See,
yes, Tyler.
I would have
Let's
never got,
go.
I would have never got that without the number because that is an old time Ranger as well. That one I don't even know when he
Let's
played, so
go.
I needed that
Yeah,
hint. But
when did he got drafted in 1967,
yeah, get the hell out of here.
and he played for the Rangers from 52 to 64.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna
Wow.
get that. I definitely needed that hint, but that
Damn,
was a good game. I
he
actually did better
retired
than
in
I thought.
71. Dude, yeah, you killed that one. You did way better on that one than the quarterback losses. So, dude,
Yeah, I felt a lot of
great
pressure
job,
with.
man.
Thank you,
That was
thank you.
killer. That was killer.
With the Ranger jerseys on, I felt like there was pressure. I didn't
With
want
the
to get
Ranger
exposed as
jerseys
a fake
on.
fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks again for that
No,
game.
you couldn't disappoint.
I'll have to come back with a better game for you next time.
Dude, no, 100%. Dude, I love these games. Maybe I'll just quiz you all the time because I get everything wrong. So,
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll definitely have to find a game for next episode. But in terms of this episode, I know that's all the time we had. I know we were jam packed with a bunch of sports, bunch
say
of
it ain't
movies.
so.
Unfortunately, it is the end here. But we appreciate, as always, our listeners. Keep following us on social media. Keep liking the TikToks, liking the reels, showing support. We really do appreciate
Buy
it.
some merch.
Buy some merch, and we do appreciate anyone that listens to our videos. And until next time, we will see you.
Yeah. Happy Robbie Cano episode, everybody.
See you.